My name is Patrick Taylor. I'm now an artist, but haven't always been. I used to be a police officer in Las Vegas, and early in my career, I was also in the Marine Reserves, and I got hurt and injured my back really bad and ended up having 13 spine surgeries. But through all of that time of being laid up and in hospitals and recovering, I started drawing, and art came into my life. It was something I wasn't expecting. I knew I drew a little bit when I was younger, but nothing to the extent of what I'm doing now. And I've studied with a couple of amazing artists in Las Vegas, but that's been it. I've had no schooling. And going through all these surgeries and being with the veterans at the VA hospital, I would tell them, when doors close, others can open up when we allow them to. And that's really what's happened here, is being able to let go of all of my pain of the tragedy and really letting go of physical pain. A door has opened up that is allowing me to do this kind of work. This is Mona Bell Peterman. She was the story of Rhyolite, one of the stories of Rhyolite. She was a lady of the evening, and her boyfriend one night ended up shooting and killing her. And what's also so interesting is, doing family history, she is my 7th cousin. And now I'm in this town with, I did another drawing of Old Man Beatty, Mr. Montelius Beatty. He's who the town is named after. He's another distant cousin, I find out. And next to him is Mr. Walter Scott. This is Death Valley Scotty. He too is another distant cousin. They are in my family tree. I go down to Las Vegas every Tuesday and volunteer at a family history center where we help people find their ancestors. And I found these in my tree, and it's just been another crazy addition to this story of how I got out here. These have just been this 6 months that I've been here that I've done all these drawings. This one of Mr. Da Vinci, I did just last week. I wanted to show, in his drawing of himself, he looked old and tired, but I wanted to show the spirit in him. His mind was so sharp and keen, and he was focused, and I wanted to capture that in him. I wanted to put that spirit back in his eyes that we all have. And if you even notice, down in his beard, it spells out his name, D-A-V-I-N-C-I. I couldn't have done this kind of work 2 years ago. I had an experience, and it changed my life. I started seeing things differently. I started seeing the universe differently, and it's just opened up to be able to do this amazing work. So thank you. Going through all my surgeries for 20 years, I ended up developing 4 different addictions. And it wasn't until a couple of years ago that I had an experience where I was just able to let go all of my self-hate, the pain, the negative that I saw inside me, and I was able to see myself differently. I was hurting real bad one night, and I went in and I said a prayer, and I asked the Lord, I said, "You've given me this gift. Please help me continue to do it." And I woke up the next day, and I was walking with a cane. I had a huge back brace on. And when I got up, I got out of bed, and I didn't have to grab that cane or put the back brace on, and I walked into the bathroom. And when I looked in the mirror, pain was just off of my face. And I went into my easel and I drew a self-portrait. I drew my self-portrait how I looked that day. But as I'm sitting there, and I've done other images of Christ around the room, and I'm looking at them and something said, change the nose, put long hair and a beard and mustache on it. And in 3 days, I drew this. I call it Jesus Resurrection because in 3 days he appeared on my canvas. This is actually my face underneath there. Not that I think I'm him, it's just he's allowing me to see his light in me again. And this is a gift we can all receive.